What is this again? Yeah, okay. Yeah, this probably should be an HTTP client. You're probably not tracking. Oh, you are. Start and where is end? Response time. Um, yeah, that looks okay. What are you doing here? Write to influx DB. What is this? You're either writing to influx DB, and if the status is down, you are sending a notification where? Oh, to the user. Makes sense. You'll send them an email. Perfect. I think this is good. One last thing I'll check if you've done already is if you have used async database calls or not. That's not something I'm doing, so it's not really expected. But would be nice if that is the case, and it indeed is the case. Yeah, I think this is good. I'll mark you as a green. If I don't, just let me know. So what's your question other than this? Uh, yeah, I think I'd be pretty open to have you in super devs. And I think that's, oh, there you go. I don't know what you've written here. I don't know if it's related to reason for ease of development working on some features like recovery, transition time period. Yeah, I don't know what you mean over here. If this is right, just add the steps to run it and I can take it. But either way, you're in super devs, we'll move on. Good projects, either way. And I mean, if you have a decent one project, then also I can refer. But like not to a Solana company, to a a random go. We'll also have to interview. I think I should interview before we refer, because I don't know, people have projects these days, but they're, when you interview them, तो उनको नहीं, वो अपना code नहीं समझ पाते, लिख पाते. Actually, let's do that. Are you on the call? Send me your email on WhatsApp. I'll invite you over here. Let's do a live interview. I think that's a better uh, thing to do to figure out, so can you on WhatsApp send me your email? I'll ask Aryan to invite you as a panelist. So let's do a live interview over here, and see if there is substance or not. This is you, right? Send me your email on WhatsApp. I'll invite you as a panelist. All right. We'll move on to the second person. This is good, even though I don't know if using workers plus durable objects. How are you using workers for real-time communication? Here on the same time, they are grouped into the same room as expected. But if someone joins later, even though the request is out of the same durable object, they are not placed in the same room. Okay. Let's read through it. ID equal to this thing. Connection router. Okay, does Hono let you do WebSockets? Or are you just doing HTTP, which is also fine? Either way, I'll assume this is like some get endpoint that the user hits. Seems like it lets you do it. Can you do long-term WebSocket connections in a Cloudflare worker? Does anyone know? I thought the answer was no, but seems like that's exactly what you're doing. Can you do long-term? No, that's a lot of projects. I look at Q&A, maybe someone. Let's say you can. Then what you're saying is that what's happening is after the game starts, people are not able to what is stub? Is this the durable object? For those of you who don't know, durable objects are like a serverless Redis that Cloudflare provides you, where you can store data, get data, so on and so forth. So what you're saying is, Ishwan, when a player starts the game around the same time, they're going to say as expected. Let's play your game. If I go over here and join this room, and if I go in another tab and join the same room, same room on both the sides. Oh, if they start around the same time, they can see each other, I would assume, is what you're saying. Music, Elbat. Oh, that was the name, my bad. But it seems like, yes, everyone can see each other. Everyone's position is being relayed to each other. What you're saying is baad mein nahi hota hai. I'll have to read through how are you actually relaying positions then. Let's see. When you try to get a WebSocket connection, new request equal to request, build a new URL, stub.fetch new request. What are you doing over here? Do not get. Mm, what does the stub dot fetch do? What is game underscore room? कहाँ होता है ये wrangler dot सी में होता है क्या? Durable object bindings, class name, game room. So game room is a durable object. Durable objects are like a key value store, right? Objects in uh, Cloudflare. Durable objects are combines compute and storage. Need coordination like collaborating tools. Oh, okay. It's like a real-time database from what I can tell. Durable objects like total work. Oh, it is a worker only. It's not even storage, which uniquely combines compute and storage. Like a worker durable automatically position you can have millions of them on the world. Each durable object has a globally unique name, which allows you to send requests to a specific object from anywhere in the world. The durable object can be used to coordinate between multiple clients. Let's quickly look at an example. Scissors together, fast access. Makes sense. I get what it is. I would assume you are storing, username position in this durable object and updating it as the user moves. Let's see what you are doing when that happens. This became a doubt session rather than a project review. So I'll spend like 2 more minutes here, and if I'm not able to figure it out, I'll come back to it. What was the file name? This one right here. This is health check, that socket connection. ये मुझे नहीं समझ आ रहा क्या कर रहा है exactly, but if I had to guess, it's fetching the current state, but then why the URL? Oh, it's probably fetching इस room का state क्या? You're probably indexing the room by the name. You're setting a user ID over here. New request. I'll have to see what fetch does, honestly, in case of ये इसकी API कहाँ है? Build with durable objects. Not this. So getting started. There you go. N.durableObject.id from name dot fetch क्या करता है? That's what you're doing, right? ID from name is what you get. And then on this, you're doing a fetch. Oh, I get it. वो कहीं और उसका कोड है, समझ गया मैं. I get it now. एक Cloudflare में ऐसा होता है, when one worker needs to talk to another worker, this is how you do it. यही है ना? This worker is talking to the durable object worker, and this is the URL it's talking it on. The URL is जो यूजर ने URL भेजा है with a URL parameter user ID. Perfect. तो ये रिक्वेस्ट कहीं जा रही होगी किसी ड्यूरेबल ऑब्जेक्ट में यहाँ पे. वो भी आपने यहीं कहीं डिफाइन किया होगा. व्हाट इज योर सोर्स इंडेक्स. उसका कोड कहाँ है? It is this, right? So यहाँ पे when you do a dot fetch here, this is what gets called, I would assume. Yeah, you get the user ID. You create the WebSocket. So it seems like durable objects let you connect to them via WebSockets directly. This is a call. Okay, perfect. Now let's come to your problem. What was your problem? The problem was when someone joins later, the request is routed to the same durable object, which means the control does reach over here. They are not placed in the same room. What does that? The type of user ID is. Got it. Makes sense. आप यहाँ पे लिख रहे हो, cool है. The question is, why would? Can I try that really quickly? आप कह रहे हो कि if the other person joins late, so this is the first person that has joined. This is the first person that has joined. I'm over here, and now I'll wait for 2 seconds. Are you saying I'll not reach the same room? Like logically looking at your code, there is no obvious reason to why that should happen. But let me go over here. This is the name, right? So let me write Kirat here. And let me open the network tab. Start game. I do see it here. slash connect slash perfect. ये वो request जो जा रही है that connects you to that durable object. Now let's look through that. This was it, right? The control is reaching here. This dot context dot accept WebSocket. एक सवाल है मेरे को इस टाइम पे. How are you doing room specific? Where is the room over here? New WebSocket pair. User ID is this thing. Where is the room logic here? I'm sure it is here. Okay, WebSocket message has a join existing user. This probably has some room name. It has username, user ID, classify, state. Where is the room name here? बनाया तो काफी अच्छा है भाई, मतलब this is good. अब मैं यहाँ आता हूँ. Room name, only one room which is default room. Okay, makes sense. You're not using that anywhere here. Like Kalko, you don't even have logic to take the room name and send people to different room. ठीक है. Basically, I have no idea. I think if there was some room name, I could have found some logical error. If there is no room, then there is no logical error here. I'll take a pause here. Do you have anything else to review? Any other questions? Write them down. Cloudflare automatically adds topics, large chance code. Yeah, I can of course do that. This will definitely do today. I'll create a random folder after week 39 in DevOps. I'll create the same folder in WebDev और उसमें वो सारे एक बार मैं डाल दूंगा. बाकी I have the list of videos. I'll do that. Personal referrals. I have to think. You should not show. I mean, this one is good, but बाकी big brain and Web3 wallet को मैं ignore करता हूँ. Your code is a little ugly, but you've chosen a fancy tech stack, which is good. I don't know any specific company that hires for this tech stack, but let me look at other projects of yours and see if I can find something. I mean, amongst you and the other guy that we saw before, probably the other guy is better. Let's see if he forwarded his email so we can do a live interview with him. I haven't yet received your email, bhai. If you are on the call, I think you are. What was your name? OX something. Pankaj, I think. If you can send me your email, I'll invite you. Even if you're not prepared, it's fine. Everyone will learn something from it. So just you have some solid Rust projects. It would be nice to do a pretty simple interview, nothing crazy. So भेज दो email. आप नहीं दोगे तो मैं किसी और का कर लूँगा. You, I think वही मतलब a lot of code projects. I don't know if probably this is the only impressive one. This has taken a contrarian approach of choosing a tech stack that we haven't even taught, which is great. Okay, you learned about workers and durable objects yourself. The code was all over the place a little, but basically your indentation was faulty in a few places, which is fine. It was a little complicated and unreadable. That's not on you. That's because of how Cloudflare workers expect you to write code. So I don't know. I mean, this is like borderline, not super impressive sort of a thing. So I'm leaving it at that for reference. Either way, I'll follow you. But if you make a whatever significantly better project, just let me know and we can go from there. Again, I'll share one more time. If you saw Om's project, that's sort of the bar if you want to whatever. I think he got in, or if he does get in, pretty sure he'll get in $2,000 a month pay hai uska. Maybe some of you already make this, maybe that's not enough incentive, but if it is, then you know what to build. All right, moving on. Profile review, tech stack, last week questions. बहुत ही लंबा doc है. I'll start with the projects. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Questions above was last week questions. Fortunately, the class cancelled. I managed to make a voice agent, not completely chat based, but added speech to text and text to speech of Azure SDK. I wanted to make a UI. Want proper AI voice agent. Can you please help me in achieving the goals below? I want to make the voice agent live mode. That is when text to speech agent speaks. If I interrupt in between, yeah, exactly. I don't know what is the research behind this, but LiveKit has their own model that does this really well. It's called, what was it called? That project is called, उसको कुछ कहते हैं. I'll tell you what it is. 1 second. Already काफी पीछे चला गया है, unless I've missed it. It's called interrupt something. Hold on. live kit, interrupt, model, paper, turn detection. There you go. It's called turn detection. They have, I think they've open sourced it only. They have a turn detection model, which would do exactly what you're asking, which is basically you have to use them. You will have to use their SDK, and under the hood you can use whatever. I don't know if they support Azure. They do support other voice providers like 11 Labs or Vapi. But what this does is exactly what you need, which is, or they've done it better, which is they detect if if you've interrupted the model, and if you have, then whatever. The model stops to speak, and you can go from there. That's the answer to the first question. Read through that. Turn detection is the name. Also, can you please help me making memory storage things where I am now storing all the conversations in RAM? Okay, let's see. I mean, just put it in a database, right? You just need a history of the full whatever. Which one is that project? You just need a history of all the conversations that have happened to keep context. You just need a list of conversations, right? If you're keeping it in memory, it's fine. Probably not the worst idea. Why? Because conversations are anyways short-lived. You start a conversation, you do it for 10 minutes, and you stop it, right? You don't really need persistent. You probably do need perpetual storage eventually. People want to come back to it. But it's a good idea to have it in memory initially. You should probably just propagate it to the database as well. साथ में. I would assume this is it. नहीं. This is just a simple chat app. इनमें से कौन सा है भाई? What is the I will have to proceed honestly. Today I got offer on. Can you please explain this? How to make? How to make what? I offer company thing. I don't know, man. This depends on you. Your condition. I mean, if you feel like this is good for you for now, take it. If not, then don't take it. Suppose I want to make a to-do app. Now assume I have an AI. Okay. Suppose I want to make a to-do app. Now assume I have an agent that which has control of my PC, keyboard, mouse, everything. And this AI agent itself opens VS Code, creates a project folder. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You think you want to do that. These are what are called computer use agents. It's debatable if this is the right approach to do coding agents. कि वो VS Code खोले and click करे. I think it just needs to, an LLM just needs to edit a bunch of files, run a bunch of commands, max open a browser, inspect the errors from the browser, repeat the process. Do you really need it to be computer use? Because computer use is very slow. You have to take photos and we understand what's happening in the photo and then move the mouse pointer and click, so on and so forth. There are tools that do it. If you've heard of Claude computer use, whatever, they're like big companies that are built around this. Should you do it for coding specifically? Probably not. For other things, like if you want to automate a daily task, okay, book a flight on Make My Trip, and then you want the agent to open the browser, go to makemytrip.com, understand the context, then you can. Over there as well, the way companies do it right now is they open Make My Trip, they get the context from HTML. They don't really take screenshots. Taking screenshots is a very specific example of things that can only be done by taking screenshot and doing computer vision. For most things, websites, you can just parse the HTML. For most things, coding, you just write the code. You can read the files directly, right? That's my answer here. If you still want to do it, if you want to do it in the browser, like automate browser tasks, like go to Make My Trip and understand context, browser use does exactly that. It'll give you a bunch of context, or use Beautiful Soup to parse the HTML and figure out what's up and forward that to the LLM. If you want to do real computer use, there is a Python project that I've seen. I'm pretty sure I don't remember. Like just search computer use open source. AI computer use powered by open source LLMs and some sandbox. So if you run a command over here, it starts a sandbox and does it over here. You probably want to do it on your own machine, right? Okay, whatever the process has access to your own machine. So it's like this is what you would expect. The only thing is vision इसमें कैसे डलेगा? How do you take a photo and forward it to the LLM and ask it which pixel should I click? Then उसके बाद you write whatever Python code or JavaScript code to take the mouse pointer over here and click. That is the easy bit. How do you take a photo and ask an LLM for context? I think that should be possible. So if I go to chat.openai.com and if I ask, where should I click? Give me pixel location. to book a flight, and if I, oh, oopsie daisy, if I give it this image, whatever, where should I click to book a flight? Give me pixels in numbers. So hopefully, yeah, there you go. It returns you an X and Y. You get that X and Y, ask it to give a better response in JSON or whatever. Move your pointer over there, click. After you've clicked over there, then whatever. In this case, it'll say search karo, so you'll reach the next page. Then after the page is loaded, take another screenshot, so on and so forth. That's like the most first principles way, and this is how I've seen a bunch of companies do it as well. All right, that's the answer to your last question. I think it was cool. Can you guide me to storing conversation? Yeah, I think I answered that right. Just put it in Postgres. Since I have used LangGraph, of course, you can do that as well. If you are using LangGraph and the conversations are already being stored in Postgres, tool results, which is API results, are stored in CPU RAM. Makes sense. Where if many users come, scaling will be an issue. Not necessarily. I think, I mean, if you have 20,000 users all sending, whatever, doing a 10-minute conversation, I think you'll be fine. If LangGraph doesn't automatically support this by default, if it keeps objects in memory, I don't know if you want to do that. If you want to do that, yeah, I mean, you'll have to write that yourself. It's a very bad answer. कि हाँ लिखो फिर अगर वो करना है तो डालो database में. But if there is already not a way to do it in LangGraph automatically, then you'll have to just figure that out. I'm sure there is a way though. If this is a common use case, yeah. What if there are thousands of messages? There aren't, right? LLMs can't really understand thousands of messages. They lose context by then. Any conversation that you've done in ChatGPT, you've probably sent it 10 messages and 10 messages back, right? You never have thousands of messages. There's nothing you can do about it. Unfortunately, that's just a part of being an external provider and depending on them. All right, that's done. I don't know who this guy was. I think this was you only. Moving on. Next would be 120K USD. Maybe a grand glow. That's good. What is this? 20 years is pretty good. All right, what's the question? Okay, tweet thing. Currently, we are developing it, so some features might not work. Okay. Should we focus on doing it full time? The thing is, unless you depend on two things: one, how the chain is, have they funded people in the past. You'll eventually get exhausted because 20K is like a lot of money, but not enough for a year's salary for two engineers, right? So easy to get, exhausted. It is your call though. Most people who get a grant this big, or even half of it, get exhausted in 3 months unless they raise around. So yeah, unless you raise around, I think it'll be a long challenge. And I don't know how good whatever EVM compatible chains are doing right now. There are a lot of them. They've raised a lot of money, so they have money to throw. But will you actually be able to build a use case? I don't know. And if that happens, then you're just dependent on grants and investment, which is not the best way to do a startup. But that's a debatable statement. So that depends on you. If you want, you can do that. If not, then I would just say figure something else out and figure out another way to find PMF. All right. What else? I think we saw this. आपने अभी तक मुझे ईमेल भी भेजा है पंकज भाई. आप तो रिप्लाई भी नहीं कर रहे हो यार. अब सीन ऑन कर दिया. Okay. Shashank, sorry, Sahil something. Go to 1-3. I will skip through the ones that I have created. What do you want? Super 30 is mostly closed, unless you're like super cracked and you can get a job immediately by the time you join. It's sort of closed. It's oversubscribed only. There are like 150 people. You have to select 60. So most probably this Super 30 will be difficult. You can join the next one. If you want, there'll be one in February, which is one you can join. But what is this? It's a BuildX key website. But other than that, I think if that was your goal with this doc, Super 30 there's like already enough people. Have you contributed to an 10? That would be nice. That would be impressive. That would be something to if you want to join Super 30. Is that you? What was your name? T Sahil, that's a different guy. Do you have a? Nope, seems like you haven't. That would have been nice though. If you had contributed here, that would have been a good signal. All right, time for more docs, guys. Opening chat. Cool. Hopefully this is helpful. Like, hopefully I'm not just saying superficial things and you're actually getting something from it. If not, just say it in Q&A and I'll read. And we can do something else. But if it's generic answers that you're getting out of me, then that's a problem. All right. Next. Next. All right. Good approach, Ritam. He pasted like 20 times in a single message. So it's like when I scroll, I see it very well. Smart approach. All right. Just the list of projects. I am looking for opportunities. Let's start with your first one. I immediately hate the UI. Let's try to sign in. Common question that I ask in Super 30 whenever someone shows such a project is, how are you handling concurrent requests? I wish you were on this call. तो मैं आपसे पूछता ही आप एक बार यहाँ पे मुझे टाइप करके बता दो. Start to type like this. If this was your Super 30 interview, because a lot of people in Super 30 had this project. I don't know. Maybe you are in Super 30. Like literally the same project I've seen this morning for a student who wants to come to Super 30. Literally the same, like hostel booking, similar UI. Maybe this is some, I don't know, course project or whatever. The question I have is if there's a property available and two people start to book it at the same time. Surprisingly, every other person had an e-commerce project or this project or a book my show project. And then the standard question that I asked then is, how do you handle concurrency? What if two people start to book at the same time? And let's say you're using Node.js, let's say you're not using Node.js, you're using Go. What would be the difference over there? Either way, how would you handle concurrent requests? So on and so forth. So iska answer hai aapke paas bhai. This would have been my follow-up question. Like it's easy to create this, like or whatever. Maybe it's difficult to create this. I don't know. But the real test is कि इसके आगे आपको कितना आता है. That's how to filter people, I think. So वही है. That's what I would have asked if you were into. The UI is like really bad for all of your things, so it wouldn't be anything like referable for any opportunity. So I'll end it there. You have one project. And this is a testimonials.to copy, which is nice. UI is decent. Join the cult. There are credentials. You should probably reach the dashboard, my account, join the cult. Yeah, it's like pretty simple UI, honestly. It seems like heavily vibe coded. I think if I'd asked, I mean, you get it. No company would have such a UI. I think I could be wrong. Either way, look at your code and see if you've done something impressive over here. Good that you have a wall of love. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Yeah, look at your code really quickly, honestly. It's like just out of curiosity. And this is a good sign. You have something extra, you have a verification email. I'd be curious to see, where this is being used and how you're actually sending out emails. Let's see. Never mind. Yeah, this is not bad. It's like, at least looking at the first file and I'm guessing this, but it feels like you've written it right. It's not put together. Where is the backend? Be here. This is a Next.js project. Yeah, seems like one. A wall of love. Yeah, it's like not bad. I mean, one thing I would do is server-side render this because people would want their wall of love to be whatever, SEO compatible. But in this case, you've exposed a separate endpoint, which I'm assume you're hitting somewhere here. I would assume this is your wall of love. Maybe not. But yeah, I mean, the whole point of using Next.js is not to have this, right? Unless in a very specific use cases. I don't think this is that use case. yeah, I think if someone is iframing you, you probably want them statically generate. I mean, not statically generated. Maybe what is that? ISR, incrementally generated their page, so that they immediately see the HTML rather than them seeing a loader, which I'm assuming is something that happens here. Unless you've not added that in this testimonial carousel. I'll quickly check. I mean, I'll probably move on soon enough. I've been able to not go through a lot of projects right now. Components, UI, what was it? What was it? I forgot. Wall. I just want to see if you have a loader or not. But either way, that this page should be server-side rendered. I think. I think that would be good practice for a page like this. Testimonial carousel. What if I have no? What if I have no testimonials? Then so I think you'll see a flash of no testimonials available. That's a clear red flag. I'm just trying to find problems here. Like I think generally it looks good. It's a simple project. Like this, it's hard to find problems in a to-do application on this, right? But these are the things I would change. Either it's a simple project, nothing crazy, nothing referable. Every week now, I know. हाँ भाई ये चीज़ मुझे पता है. I think I have a bigger list right now. I should share it in the beginning of the class. I think there are more things that are left. But I will release mostly offline videos. Few tailored comments, please. Yeah, I saw them yesterday. I mean, the team sent them to me. Happy to. I think the next 1 month. I don't know how many weeks I'll have to skip more. I know one for sure. But other than that, offline videos plus live. And as I said, this is a perpetual cohort. There's not the next one coming, at least for a while. So, we can keep doing this after the school starts as well. We'll finish the syllabus for sure. If it happens in a recorded video or live is something we'll see. This is good. I think this is a cohort project only. So I'll look at some other projects of yours. This is great. Who are you? Did you apply to the fellowship? I feel like I saw this. No, maybe they probably weren't you. I don't know. Let's see. I would look at the on-check order book first. So I'll tell you how we were filtering out people last week. We were first going through the commits and making sure there is no single commit, which basically means, wipe code the project. Did you already have a test initially? Did you do test-driven development? This is not bad, bhai. If you've actually done this rather than, I hope you didn't create a project and then you created commit by commit for it to look ekdam authentic. But it seems like you've done pure, what do you call it? Test-driven development. Your second commit is writing a test. And then your next commit is probably writing the contract for it. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, maybe I'm not filtering correctly, but either way, I think this is good. Let's look at your next commit after that. After you wrote the tests, what did you do? You initialize the enums to I feel like this is what we saw yesterday. Like I feel like this is that project that we saw yesterday. What did you do here? Okay, you first initialized the enums on the front end. Okay, where did you write the contract? You have a contract here. You do. So पहले आएंगे थोड़ा. This is the front end. All right. Was there a Rust file here? I don't see one. The commit says implemented Rust enum to initialize market test. I guess you meant front end. Pay the enums. Better error handling and logging. यहाँ पे we saw Rust, right? No, this is also tests. Updated test for create market. This is also tests. What is your first commit that actually added a contract? Yeah, there you go. This isn't the first commit. Where was this added for the first time? Oh, I can actually blame the file and see. So go to this file, program source, initialize market, and we will Let's do lib.rs blame. And I would assume this was the first commit. Okay. So here you added initialize market.rs. Market. Okay. Oh, this is a raw contract. Is it? No, maybe I spoke too soon. Create account, market state, serialize. This looks like a raw contract. lib.rs, process instruction. Perfect. So this is the very first contract side this thing. This was a order book. Okay. That is interesting. Very nice. The market state looks something like this. Authority, probably the person who created it. Base mint, that's probably, one of the two mints. Quote mint, that's the other mint. Minimum order size. Tick size. What is the tick size? Is it like how long does a tick last or something else? ये मुझे देखना पड़ेगा. Next order ID. Very nice. I mean, I sort of understand this. Every ID, you probably start from zero and every order makes it up more than one and is active. Makes sense. When you initialize it, you get authority, market info. What is the market info? Oh, it is the main structure. You'll write it. Makes sense. Create account authority info. Yeah. And you put it over here. Sounds good. Is the market info struct expected for the user to create before they hit this? Either way, this is great. First instruction, beautiful. And I think इससे पहले आपने tests भी लिख दिए थे. Which commit is this? This one. Sorry, I took a longer over here because it's an interesting project. This is actually, this is the first project only. Okay. Then you wrote the tests for it. Beautiful. Let's look at your tests. Initial market instruction. One is the struct. Is this the instruction data? Probably. Light SVM, base asset sold, quote asset, whatever this says, USDC, authority, airdrop, market account PDA, find program address, market and base asset, quote asset makes sense. Minimum order size, ये मुझे अभी समझ आया. What do you use this for? We'll see it later. Allocate 17 bytes, initialize market.encode in this data buffer. Okay. That's the instruction data, I would assume. This is the instruction. You pass all the keys, you pass the data buffer, send the transaction. And what do you expect? Get account, and then yeah, this is pretty good, man. I think if you haven't already applied and aren't already in, if you already wrote this yourself, then this is great. I think fairly referable as well in a Solana company. So I am following you. It's probably something you've done in the past. I don't know. Probably means you have talked as well. I'm already following you. I'm unsure why. But either way, since I'm following you, you can message me. I can take you through how you should succeed in super devs. I think you're probably selected for super devs already if you've done it. If you applied for it, and if not, then if you want to, just let me know. Do you have any questions? Yeah, I think you're in. You don't even have to interview for Super 30. I've also signed. You're in. Can you share some open source Solana Rust repos to contribute to? Yeah. So I mean, I can tell you a few. So Drift protocol. I don't know if you can contribute, but you can at least read through this. Then Serum is a great one that I looked at when I was learning about on-chain order books. You've already created one. I don't know if this is where it was inspired from. Let's see. Where is the Dex? No, order book. I don't know what this. I guess the Serum order book would be in Anchor anyways. But basically this protocol V2, the Radium code base is open source. If you want to look at Radium, GitHub, and Radium CLLM. Basically, this. If you can understand this, I can tell you a few. देखो वैसे तो a Solana company doesn't ask इतना heavy. They'll ask much simpler contracts, a vault contract, a staking contract, maybe an AMM. इसके ऊपर they'll not ask you anything. That doesn't mean these aren't good projects to look at. And if I was you, basically, and free, I mean, one thing you're in for both of these. Two would be that you should go through the Radium. Basically, this one. Understand how. I mean, other one would be this, like perpetual dexes. Let me write that down. Per dexes, and you saw the repo for it, and then CLMM, whatever dex. Go through both of these. Write these contracts. Know it enough to explain it well. I can immediately refer you $75,000 type. मतलब एक company है. That would, I mean, almost immediately hire. अगर ये आपको दोनों अच्छे से आते हैं, then it's pretty simple referral. Either way, you should come. I think it would be fun to have you in Super Devs or otherwise. All right. So how will we message? Just send me a message on Twitter. We can go from there. All right. Pretty solid stuff. I like it. Good profile. I think one of the good profiles today. If you've done this much, if you're okay with a simpler job or whatever, then let me know. I can. I mean, if you've written Mern over here. So let me know. I mean, if you want a simpler one, I can immediately refer. If you want a Solana, then just do dexes, perps and a dex, not an AMM, probably a DLMM or a CLMM. And then I can refer in a Solana company as well. So easy path. I think I'll remember you either way. If I don't know, remind me. Maybe cut a portion of this video and paste it in my Twitter DMs. I'll reply. All right. On-site date is probably mid of August. What's the question? I'm done with freelancing. Okay. I think rather than doing both of these fancy outcomes, just do a simple one, which is, just get a simple mustache job for now. I think rather than going down and these are like ambitious goals. Like I fantasize about working as a whatever AI researcher at OpenAI. So I start to do research, but I think a better path for me is to just get a full stack job in an AI company, then learn from there, and then keep going from there. Don't keep such stretch goals at this moment. I would say just focus on. You get the idea. A simple job, like a 12 LPA job to begin with, and preferably take it in an AI company if that's the path that you want to take eventually. All right. I think I've gone through this already. Yes. I think this is something I'd be very interested to see. I would assume you're already in, but if not, then I will follow you. I am following you again, so I think you'll be fine. I think I've seen this photo. I don't remember your face, but I remember your profile picture. So I think you're in either way. Do you need anything else other than this, like Super Devs? If Super Devs, I think you'll already be in. If not, just message me. Please add bridge contract video. Bridge contract in Ethereum, right? Yes. I'll just go through Naresh's contract, जो मैं उसमें दिखा भी रहा था. Or I can write from strategy. That's fine. Yeah, we can increase it by 6 months. It's fine. Decentralized. No, I got this idea. This thing, Ethereum, that is good. But 10 days, some high level overview. Okay, is there a question here? No, you probably want to just review the project. What is the decentralized uptime monitoring? I think there's like no, I mean, the UI looks good, by the way. Like this is clean. I like this. But long story short, I do have to sign in or something. Yeah, okay. Long story short, like this has very little Web3. This is mostly a Web2 project. You're just doing it for payments, right? Also looking for ref RL. Yeah, Solana company. Join Super Devs. Maybe complete like 2, 3. Martian is not a Solana wallet, right? Or is it? They're probably getting into Solana, I would guess. And why did you leave Martian? Just out of their adapters? Okay. Any reason you left Martian? They actually ran out of funds. They sold. Okay. Makes sense. But did someone buy them? Of course they did. They were acquired and then they downsized or something. Okay, makes sense. Cool, man. Yeah, I think this is fine. If these are the projects, I would suggest the same thing. I think anyone who's built this much in Solana, two big suggestions for you guys is to build this. Like Super Devs doesn't really have any contracts at the moment. It has ideal reverse engineering. It's like reverse engineering these contracts. It doesn't have creating these contracts. So would be nice if you can do them these yourselves. And the reason I'm focusing so much on finance projects is because half the companies do finance on Solana. तो ये दोनों बनाने ना भाई. And then I'm already following you. Message me. I built it in 3 days plus CLM plus RFQ. What is RFQ? But yeah, if you can, then do it and message me. I'll keep this open if you have more suggestions or something. All right, good. 3 projects. First one, I don't know what this is. This is like Reddit or something. It's like a blogging website. Decent. It's a blogging website. Okay. Okay. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy here. Nothing simple here either. I'll look at your schema and see if there's anything fancy that you've done or not. Oh, your followers and everything. Okay. 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 That is not bad. And you have likes, which is yeah, there are a few questions someone would ask if you added likes and followings. Like Postgres isn't the best database for storing these things, both of these things. If you're following someone, I mean, you get the challenge, right? It's an n cross n problem. If there are n people and they're all following each other, your database will blow up. They're like graph databases that you use for something like this. Not that you should have done it. Like, if this is fine. I'm just again putting out ideas of if you are doing this and a company is interviewing you who makes blogs or does following like Instagram, this is the first question they would ask is this will not work and then how can you make it better, things like these. Cool. तो आज हमें बंदे अच्छे अच्छे जो मिले हैं 3 मिले हैं आई थिंक. One was the guy who did TSS but is now not messaging on WhatsApp. Now my guess is you've not built them yourself or you are not confident, which is why you're not coming on the call. The other guy was Tarun and the other guy was who was the third guy, OX something, uh, who had जिसका हमने contract देखा था, who built the contract on Share.org. So these three are like good people. Now both of these are ambitious people. Sorry, this and this guy. Because they're both Solana people most probably. So इनका रास्ता तो super devs वाला है. But again, if either of you need a MERN stack referral, you should immediately message and I can abhi connect if you have like decent proof of work in MERN. If you can do this, you can probably easily do MERN. All right. Tarun is done. It's like a very simple project. What does this do? It's a CLI that, I don't know, some boilerplate CLI. It's fine. Okie dokie. This looks decent. Let's look at its code. Split. Tag split. Like splitwise. And you have a native app as well. That is nice. Where is the database? I'll just go to the schema only, honestly. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. User paid. Okay, so like standard question of paid transactions would be if you have, I'm sure you do. That'd be very surprising if you don't have. Whatever. Transactions over here. Get a transaction, add a transaction, bunch of things here. Create a transaction, created everything, transaction shares. Okay, this is like someone puts a transaction and gets split amongst 5 people. You have that in a DB transaction. That's beautiful. I think that's what is expected. Can you do something better? Maybe not. I think this is good. Yeah, this is Fine. Uh, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, this will be decent. Okay, let's look at the other projects. Put up a photo maybe. It's like mid, I would say. I'll also put this here. I can just create a like live leaderboard thingy. So these are Solana people. First guy is questionable now because he's not replying on WhatsApp. Second guy is decent. Third guy is decent. Second guy also has experience in Web3, which is good. And then Web2, and this guy probably put a. This like 7 is not bad. Like I'm probably a 7 or a 6 when it comes to JavaScript knowledge or whatever. It's like it's like some random metric that I have in my mind. So don't feel like 7 is like 7 or something like that. All right, we'll move on. Few projects, no GitHub links. I don't know if that's the great thing. I think देख के कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा. UI is pretty decent, very honestly. Yeah, I think UI engineer path is a reachable path here. Simple. This is good. I would like to see the code of this, please. Thank you. Can you post the GitHub link to this drag and drop one? Please, thank you. All right, someone has too many projects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fancy, very, very fancy. Front end only. How many construction contracts do you have? Bro, like how many people are you working with? Seems like you have some real estate network. Okay. Yeah, I would like to try this. Let's see what this is. Is this a landing page? Yeah, I don't think that's very impressive. Please tell me they're all not landing pages. Yeah. Seems like they're all landing pages, bhai. Amazon clone is an anti-pattern, bhai. Don't put Amazon clone in your portfolios. That's like immediate reject only. Anything clone is not a good project. Can you ever imagine a senior engineer showing I have cloned Flipkart? Um, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Uh, okay, look at the projects. The code देखेंगे. All right, finally something new. A Golang project where you've done, let's see. Uh, that's how you add middlewares in Golang for subroutes. R.group. What does this do? It was like specific this route. It was like handlers only. Okay. I've not done too much Golang, but I'm just interested to see. This is like a chat app, which is even better. So let's try to understand this. Okay, so it's like seems like an over-engineered chat app. Okay, let's start here. I hate this. Whoever wrote this pattern in Golang is just like it's like a little weird pattern. I can never digest this pattern that they have. All right, you connect to a database, you create the config, you migrate the database. Handlers.new handlers database. So this is probably where all the routes are created out. No, that's this. What is this then? User repo equal to repository database.new repo. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. Is this like database, like schemas or something? Let's see. User service. What is this? Oh, that's the only. No, that's good. I thought एक बारी को एक full copy project was. There's another project at GoChat which opened directly on Google. कहाँ गया तुम्हारा वाला कौन सा था भाई? where is your chat app? Not this, not this, not this, not this. हाँ गई भी तो आ ये रही. Okay. Internal service client. Sure, thank God. For a second here, I thought this like fairly copied from here. Still might be the case. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyways, let's assume it isn't. Where were we? We're trying to understand this project. Okay, good project. I mean, maybe not me judgeable, basically. I don't know if it's a good project or not. And what was the second project? I would like to spend some time on this though. And let's see if we have time. Okay, that's open your GitHub only. So it's like a medium clone. It's like cohort. I, I don't know why this is public or here. This probably the teach project. All right. What is like a CRUD? You put your things, you move on. Where does schema come from? Mongoose? Okay. I mean, it's still fairly comprehensive, even though it's Mongoose. Yeah, but okay. Right. Something is up here. कोई तो तुम में से मुझे वीडियो कॉल कर रहा है भाई. Okay. But basically decent, not great. I would like to go through this at some point and see if this is good or bad. But other projects fairly simple. Cool. Moving on. All right. I think I saw this. ये let's go वाला देख के मुझे लग रहा है. Yeah, I think I already answered. Bro, the fuck? Stop video calling, guys. Oh, daisy. That's crazy. Something about WhatsApp, it still opens up even if it's in the background. Anyways, done. Okay, more projects, guys. Or let me just do a poll again. Should we proceed like this? Are we good to go, or do we want to do something else? Poll. I launch the same poll again. Let me know. Pace will be similar. I think itna time to dena padega, like 5 minutes per project. So we'll see how many we get through. But anything else? Okay, still clear winner. All righty, we'll continue. Chat को हम करेंगे open. And there you go. Now everyone is using that approach. Very smart. 3. अरे खुल जा भाई. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think just post Notion docs will be easier. All right. Already answered you. I don't have access to this one. Whoever is hello bhaiya here. AI powered website builder with one-click deployment. Very good, but also very YouTube done already sort of a project, right? So not super impressive. Again, very simple. Like both of these are like very simple projects too. Like this one is already on YouTube. This one is a fairly simple project to build. Like I don't know who thinks building transcoders is hard. It's like not too hard. And this seems Let's see. Why do you have a reverse proxy? Okay. Yeah, they're like, mm, okay, I guess that's fine. I get what you're doing here. There are reasons to not do this, like not serve CDN content via Web to HTTP servers. There are reasons not to do it, but either way you've done it. I think the same thing has been done in the, whatever, YouTube Vercel clones. Your thing is just a clone. I would assume a combination of Vercel plus Bolt key videos, right? Either which is a great project. It doesn't impress me because I've done it once. But I would say, you know, I don't see a challenging problem statement that's been solved over there. All right. I'm also very harsh, so I'm sure someone would love it and be super impressed. But it's just not impressive for me. That doesn't really mean it's not impressive overall. All right, good. Again, fairly decent. Already done. Zoom in, zoom out is a little weird, but still works. Here is the test that I do. Firstly, like hovering is not working, but that's fine. Circle should come like Excel draw because I think I built the other way, and that is right. You didn't tell that. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's open this in a new tab and some. There we go. Nice. It's good. I like it. I mean, that's pretty good. Good. All right. What's next? Yeah, it's pretty good. Like a bunch of tools on top of it. I definitely don't have a 5-6 LPA referral right now, but I'm sure it's easy to find with another one with this project and another project like this. So if that's what you're looking for, a 5-6 LPA offers like a lot of companies in Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, that you should apply to, and I think it should be a not too difficult sort of an admission. I personally don't have them. There is one company that's Noida on site, and they hired 3 people last month. I don't know if they're still hiring, but also like this project only is not enough to get referred there. All right, project showcase plus one question. A bridge dApp to transfer a custom token from Polygon to Solana. Um, that is something else. इसका code base कहाँ है भाई? Okay, how can you bridge from Polygon to Solana? Oh boy. Okay, this is really good. Uh, let's see. Token metadata. Oh, you're creating a new token. Okay. Makes sense. Deposit on basically you've created. This is a great project. This is exactly what I was building only for Ethereum, like EVM chains, which this guy has created for, you know, between an Ethereum and whatever base and other chains. That's and he has a front end for it. It's like pretty good. If you apply it to super devs, probably would have been in only. Uh, but yeah, this is like a very good project. What was your question? Um, अगर मैं कुछ अल्फा शेयर करते हो, what things should I consider while making it? Yeah, I mean to learn it, nothing. It's like the simplest thing you would expect. Like bids and asks are stored in a single struct. The only simple, concern there is one just like extra thing that will ask in an interview if you are building one. Whenever you're creating that struct, right, it'll be a very big struct which has a bunch of things. Put the bids and the asks towards the end. Does anyone know why? Basically, why would you do a very common interview question in Solana would be, whatever. What else would it be? I don't know. Fees, which is let's say U32 and owner, that's pubkey. Let's say you have this versus you have another struct that looks like this. Why is which one should you use if you want to store something on the Solana blockchain? Which one of these two should you choose if you want to store something on the Solana blockchain, A or B? The answer is you should choose A. Why? Because when you're searching account addresses on Solana, you can search them via bytes, right? Okay, give me all the addresses where all of these bytes are something. For example, the owner is, which in this case is this field. That means leave the first 32 bytes. The next 32 bytes are XYZ. That's how you can search on the Solana blockchain. Is you can, select a specific set of bytes and say, whatever accounts have these bytes, return me them. That's how you get token addresses for owner, something like this. So, something like this. Okay. Whenever you are creating a structure, which in your case, you're going to for storing the full state of the order book. This is one random thing I thought of when you're asking for alphas, not even an alpha, like a simple thing that they'll ask you if you have created an order book and you're taking them through, which one of these should you choose? The answer is this one, because if you do this, then you don't know how long bids and asks are. So you don't know how many first bytes bids and asks takes. You can never search by owner. Then other standard things, you should always have like a version field. You should always leave some padding slash, bytes for future. कि अगर कल को कुछ करना हो, so on and so forth. You should always have, yeah, a version which is, let's say, 4 bytes, so that if you ever change the structure of the order book, you have a version, associated with each one of these. So things like this. Buckets as simple as you would expect. When building an order book, you're just building, you're storing the full state in a very big account. This I learned when we went to the Serum code base recently. Me and one of you guys only. And we saw like nothing crazy. It's just the same order book that you would store in database as such stored in an account. All right, cool, done. This one was, I think, not done. So what is this? I'll just look at your GitHub. You sent a live link, which I think is down. So, and one thing is like, these three seem like the same project. These two seem like the same project. These three, I guess. So ये तीनों same. There should probably be two repositories. Like you're not showcasing too much here. There should be a single project which is a monorepo. I think even if it's not a monorepo, it should not be 3 showcase projects over here. I don't know if there's anything else here that's impressive. Do you have any project that you've posted? Turbo repo deployed using CI/CD is not a project; it's like an assignment. I have good knowledge in DevOps. Also, is also not a good. Oh, I have DevOps operations also. Actually, I totally forgot. There's another company. I also have 2 DevOps. These will pay well, like 20L easily, and then the same company has 2 web dev also. 12 to 15. ये भी एक company है. This is also like Noida on site, but could be remote. So let me just write them down. Like company 1, and then company 2 was Bangalore on site and full stack. I have no idea about their comp. यहाँ मैंने एक बंदा refer कर दिया है. Third is remote, and wait, $1,200 a month, whatever that is. 12 LP, I think, or something like that. Is there any other company that I have? These needs to hire 2 people. I have referred 1 interview on Wednesday. This I don't know how many the second company needs, but I've referred 1. I think he definitely said एक backend का चाहिए, एक full stack का चाहिए. This is Bangalore on site, and this one I have sent no referrals. But if you're actually really good at DevOps, I mean, this can go up also, because right now they're paying their DevOps guy 65 lakhs. So they basically have budget for this role, and it's like a Noida company. So let me know if you have basically you can own DevOps end to end or learn DevOps with that guy and eventually start to lead. Mota these are the 3 companies. So you said DevOps experience would have been nice to see some projects, but if someone actually has DevOps experience, then let me know. All right. 30 gets a little tricky, bhai. Like anything above 30K US or like 24 LP is numbers are lesser basically. Assume that's 10% of the people in Super 30, or maybe 20% of the people in Super 30 are above 30K US dollars, or equal to or above 30K US dollars. What is that? Pro book loan. Again, like it's come to a point where this has become less and less impressive. But still, I will see the code. Why do you have? Okay, you need an order book. You're right. And you written in Golang, which is good. And you have tests, which are all commented. Have you seen that reel? He's in finance, but I don't know, something else. Similar roller coaster over here. Okay. Uh, Create new market struct. Question in time. Market. Market. Makes sense. These are all the current endpoints to create a market and get a market, and how do you place orders. Is it this? This is create server. Where are the routes to actually create an order in a market? Get user ID, create user webhook. What is that? Create user webhook. And I don't know, this is empty. भाई ये खाली है, मतलब आधा बनाएंगे प्रोजेक्ट अभी. I don't see an endpoint that actually sends a request to Redis. So is this really done, or am I missing something? You do have Redis here. Are you using it anywhere here? Publisher, publish. ये function कहीं use हो रहा है क्या? There you go. इसी फाइल में हो रहा है. Why does GitHub not let me search this? But I don't think that is happening, right? Or am I wrong? Wallet.go. Oh, I guess, never mind. Get all trades of the user. Get balances and reserves. यहीं पे कहीं होगा. Subtract balance. Where is the create order? Add balance. Place limit order. There you go. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Event amount required is event added price into this thing. Okay. This is where the architecture is a little different from what is suggested. The balances should probably be in memory directly in the order book rather than existing in the database. But ठीक है, let's still do that. I'd actually like to see how have you handled concurrency here. Reserve funds क्या करता है exactly? Let's see if we can reach it. Maybe transaction update where user ID is this thing. Is this like a transaction? I would assume so. Yeah, that looks fine. You have reserve, which is good. Why do you create this? Okay, you put probably some other entry in another database. I would assume this is that. You have another database where you're putting this entry. Either way, I guess you're handling transaction. It's a guess because I don't understand the syntax. But I'm assuming you've handled that case. ठीक है. So moving on, where is the add balance, model add balance? Sorry, place limit order and Redis. Okay, you're doing it. My bad. ठीक है, this is good actually. You would have been actually an ideal candidate for company 4 that have their code in Golang. They may still be hiring, bhai. And if you are confident, this I can tell you is no stack. You'll not put it here. You guys spam a lot. But let me write that here because I think they're aggressively looking for. But they had 3 people last month. I can check. I also referred Om here. Uska nahi hua tha. Just like FYI. So it's like the interview is really hard. They don't pay very well though. But if you want that, I can refer you over here. How would you get in touch with me is I would follow you on Twitter and you would hopefully respond. You do not have a Twitter. How can, God damn it, how do I find the original? Oh, there you go. This is you, this is you, this is you. Okay. There you go. You can message me. I can check with them. There are no promises here, but they are looking for Golang people. And you just have one project. So I don't know. I'm just assuming here you're okay or you're good in it. All right. Very good. What is this? Apple Music from scratch. That's pretty cool. Project looks decent. Bhai. I mean, at least you have usage. Uh, this doesn't look like Apple ka clone, whatever. Oh, this is the one. Okay, my bad. What is this? Okay, escape. UI doesn't look too bad. Song isn't playing right now. Let's see. What are you doing? Is serving the MP3 file for now? So what is like a front end project or what? Where is the backend? How did this have 14,000 users? Am I missing something? Is there a backend somewhere else? Probably. I would assume the backend is somewhere else. We can confirm. App.tsx. No. You're just getting it from Spotify. Okay. Do you have to like sync your Spotify or something? Is that what happens? Auth parameters, read client ID. Am I missing something or will this go on the front end? I mean, we can check, right? Accounts, token. Am I missing something? Or is your token exposed on the front end, mein bhai? Auth parameters. Body. भाई ये क्या है यार? Am I missing something here? Is this not a secret? If it is a secret, I think this is an immediate reject, right? You get why. Your Spotify secret is exposed on your front end. Moving on. ये हो गया था. Your AI coach for professional success. ये अगर लैंडिंग पेज हुआ तो मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आएगा भाई. चलो गुड गुड. Not a landing page. What is this? Advanced career interview success. Yeah, a video would have just been nice. I am not signing up. I think it's the same guy who had his secret exposed, so it doesn't matter anyways. All right. What is this? So completed. Okay, cool. Again, Collabi draw, etc. was impressive like 4 months ago when Om made it and got a referral. But here, so that is anyways closed. So nothing crazy here. Nothing crazy here. Apps. Yeah, pretty simple. Nothing too. It's like a clone project, right? So that's not super impressive unless it's like pixel perfect or something like date, right? Cool. Again, not super impressive. Not super impressive. ये तीनों project भाई तुमने एकदम ही छाप दिए cohort से कुछ little bit unique. वरना I know you can build it like it's built in a video where it's being followed. All right. This is good. I mean, I would just like to try a demo honestly. कुछ लोगों का फट रहा था, कुछ लोगों का नहीं फट रहा था. But still, I look at your video. Yeah, pretty decent. Again, like it's pretty simple to build. If you go through the, I mean, खुद से भी मतलब nothing crazy here, but good project to build. Probably the simplest one in the project video because a lot of people built it. This is good. If we were in 2020, I don't know who's using Media Soup these days. Should probably, I mean, yeah, everyone moved to LiveKit. Bhai. Honestly, like I don't think every company that used to use Media Soup now uses LiveKit. I don't even know if Media Soup is being maintained anymore. So this is good. Is there a live link? There's no live link. Would have been nice to see that. But either way, it's a good project. Not one that will immediately get into a company. But if this was in Life Kit, then we could have talked about something. Kusto, we could have talked further. This is also good. Like media school is actually pretty hard. I think that's one good thing here. I'll look at other projects of yours. Let's see what else you have. Yeah, I think everything else is simple. So I'll read through this. क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे? Backend. So, oh, you've built recording also. That is good. Okay, that is really good. भाई ये सब समझ आ रहा है, खुद से लिखा है या फिर छापा है? Because this is actually very good. The fact that you can create you know what the RTP ports are, what the RTCP port is, and you're creating the SDP and giving it to FFmpeg. If you've done that, then that's pretty good. So let's see. All right, I'll go through commits next. We have 20 commits. I hope recording is like I hope the Pella commit isn't like some. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, that's good. Back in it. अब ये इसमें का X नहीं. Okay, that's pretty good. ठीक है, that's good. That's fine. All right, good. Slowly moving towards the good. We create methods. Okay, why do you have such strict types over here? Maybe for a good reason. This is good. It should probably be in a config file. Everything else is perfect as you would expect. Yeah, this is good. What else? Signaling server. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's a good project. There's no immediate next path here, even though this is like a super impressive project. It's not like the skill is very valuable, is what I'm saying. It's very probably, would have been nice if this was, using a different SFU or you had a different project that was equally complex. The fact that you understand this, I think it should be easy for you to understand something similar, something else, which, could be anything. Use LiveKit and build something similar, or build something of an equal difficulty when it comes to learning about a new niche, but in a different niche than WebRTC. All right, what do you have? White paper reader using LLM chats. Never mind, I'm going to read this. Can you come on a call and explain this to me? Seems like you made this a while back, not even right now. I think this is pretty impressive if you have built this yourself. You also built a distributed logger. You also built a load balancer in Rust. You've also built a Prometheus exporter using Go. I would assume this is exporting machine level stats or something. Custom metrics for monitoring, never mind. And you have a blog post for it that we can read through. Beautiful. Pretty good project, guys. Pretty good everything here. Okay, I guess it just creates the final file, is it? It exports things like a counter or a what do you call it? Oh no, it does use Prometheus under the hood. What is this then? Okay, let me read you a blog only. Okay, this is just like a simple project that uses Prometheus to write a few things over there. Is it? Some handler does okay, this is nothing. Never mind. I thought this was something else. I think this is the only impressive one now. Not only, I'm sure there are other things here. Programmable load balance in Rust would be super interesting. You have proxies and load balancer. Is this part demonstrated? Is this also like a simple usage of an existing library? Yeah, it's like 60 lines of code. I mean, if you are building a load balancer, build one from scratch. I would assume the same is true here then. Yeah, sorry. Again, a roller coaster of a profile here. Like not impressed and super impressed, and again, not impressed because these just use very simple, whatever. You're just depending on library. So it seems like a fancy project, but when you look at it, you're just a wrapper on top of another library. All right. This one's done. This one's not done. Okay, let's look at this one. A lot of people build this. Let's see how this is built. Where is the GitHub for this? Can I find the GitHub for this? Can you paste the GitHub for this somewhere? And let's look at the code and see what's up. Probably have it here. What's this called? AI short video gen. Where is it? There you go. Right there. Let's see what you're doing. You're using convex. You're using remotion. Do you have any backend? You do. Generate script. What is this? Add slash ingest slash client. What is ingest? Bruh. Okay. Yeah, again, it seems like a wrapper, right? So we'll ignore. So it's like a website. You get the idea, right? It's you just wrapped a library and created a front end on it, which is good, but like nothing. There's no code involved. It's like pretty simple to build. Done. This was good, Vasu. What was your question here? On-chain order book, okay, cool. Done. Keep this open. And all right. We'll do one more round. Right. Cool. If you just took your interview, there will be another one that happens with me. Every interview is going to go through me. So whatever interviews just took, you should reschedule. I'll take another one. We'll open a slot soon. We don't know if super devs will be added, but I will try, is what I'm saying. But we don't know. That's depends on some other people. I'm not the only decision maker over there. But we'll try. Let's see if it happens. Good to have split, across for everyone. All righty. Bunch of projects. All right. भाई डेवऑप्स ही कर लो यार फिर इधर आके मतलब बट इफ यू वांट टू I mean, one, if you have DevOps experience and you're looking for, hey, you're Risham only. We talked yesterday, right? So for you, I think you know the path only. Go through super devs. I can refer you to companies. Go from there. But if you, let's do that. Just message me. I'll connect you guys. I think I've seen some proof of work for you, so I can immediately refer you. But what are your comp expectations? Just DM me on Twitter. They can pay, but like if it's like something crazy like 50, 60, then we'll have to talk. I don't know what you make already, basically. So let me know what that number is, and then we can go from there. I'm currently on mobile. Single send one is just independent extra function. Oh, okay. Cool. Then we should talk once you reach your house. Okay. Oh, never mind. The URL is incorrect. They're closed source. I can look at it and tell you as a user. Let's see. First one, it's like very obvious to tell when a UI is vibe coded, which seems the case here. Seems like a very simple project. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I'll close this. This one looks fancy. UI looks good. This looks like some effort has been put, but might be vibe coded. I don't know. But like at least it looks unique. Common invoicing. Okay, let's try that. Linktree is always a good project. It's also pretty clean, honestly, your project. Let's try to use this as well. OAuth failed on Vikash server, and this one worked. Oh boy. Okay. 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 This is a good product. It's like probably a difficult one to build. Okay. Allow this time. I do have something here I can scan, but I won't. This maybe it doesn't have it. What can I scan over here? I want to see if the barcode scanner works. Maybe this. Do have something here. It's not a barcode, is it? Never mind. This is pretty good, bhai. If you build the whole thing, so this is a company that you work for. I would assume. I think that's what I read here. So it's pretty good. I don't know which feature you worked on it, but it's still pretty good. Full sex in this thing. Okay, dokie. All right, let's look at Exchange Web. Where is the backend? I see Exchange Ops and UI. Where is the backend? Okay, let's try that. You just add some proof of work. I'm not the only one who's reviewing. So unless you have some proof of work in Solana, it'll be a little hard to get in. I don't have any say. A lot of people are processing it. So I just hope you had some proof of work there. All right. This is very good. Very good. Okay, let's see. We'll start off with backend. Let's see what you've done here. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Maybe one thing I would, okay, what is this? This is great. You have all those steps. This is beautiful. I like it. What else? Yeah, I mean, this is like as good as it. I mean, this is not as good as it. Like you can do a few things on top. For example, do you have any repetition between your backend and I don't know what is this? No. Argo configuration. You can commit your Argo. What do you call it? Like resource as well. You haven't done that. It's fine. And here is where I'll see something. Yeah. So here's a suggestion: is feel free to take a note, which would be okay, add Helm now that we've learned it. So there's like less repetition, add variables, don't redo stuff, so on and so forth. For example, for Postgres, you've done this, which is okay, but there are a lot of things that the Postgres Helm chart provides you by default. The code will also be lesser. The one thing you can do over here is replace all the external services like Redis and Postgres, and I don't think that's anything else. What is the DB processors? Probably another. Yeah, so same. I think if you have a Helm chart, I think all these files look the same. So you can, create create a single chart and multiple values and make sure you're reusing code. That is one thing you should change. And then connect that to Helm, or sorry, not Helm, connect the Helm chart to Argo CD. You can do that. I've not covered that in a video yet. But you can also run Helm charts or Helm files through Argo CD, basically through CI/CD. You just change a variable file with the GitHub link. I think that's much cleaner. I know I have the same thing on staging ops, so it's not like I'm too far ahead of you. Just ask, so I'm saying that's another thing to add. What else? I did this. How are you building this, though, is the question. You are using Yellowstone, which is great. But like, how are you hosting Yellowstone would be my question. Because, wait, unfortunately, it's like expensive to run a Yellowstone gRPC server yourself, or even using a provider. But okay, it's good. Let's see, how are you starting to index things? Initialize, click how stable, load protobuf schema, run consumer. There you go. Kafka consumer with message processor. This is the consumer. Where is the gRPC connection made? I would assume it's here only. I don't know. Let's see. Kafka source. consumer.ts, run consumer, subscribe, topic grpc1, consumer.run, message handler. Okay, back, run consumer. What was the process message? It's kind of right here. Uh, okay. You just write the block directly to ClickHouse. Do you parse out any transactions here? Raw data length. What is this message data? Topic partition offset value. Value is just so you have access to the bytes. Well, oh, sorry, never mind. You decode the message saying data. I'll try a few things. Finally, you just dump the decoded data in ClickHouse. Write block to ClickHouse. Do you do anything after that? Basically, you get the idea, right? When you're creating an indexer, you don't necessarily want all the blocks dumped in ClickHouse. That's one thing you can do, but ideally what you want is to extract information, right? Are you doing any of that? Maybe here, no. You should probably do that. But other than that, this is exactly what you need. This is pretty good. What was your question again? Yeah, we smart जनता yeah, I must say. I don't know if this was only sent to the Web3 code or whatever. I already follow you for some reason. So this is pretty good. Message me if you need something else. But this is good. All right. Yep. Good. Again, media soup, I wouldn't use anymore. I would use like something like LiveKit. But other than that, pretty good that you added video on top of it. I think I answered this one. I think task, you can shrink, stretch task. Okay. See. Yeah, exactly. इसका कोड क्या था भाई? कहाँ था भाई? I would be interested. I know it's like good. I like always wanted to create a component where you can video editor. If you want to build your own video editor, you need a very similar component where you can drag videos, so on and so forth. Which is why I was curious to see the code. Oh, it's confidential. Okay, makes sense. Cool. Got it. Makes sense. All righty. Another one. Get started. Log in. Test at 1, 2, 3. Easy. Cool. That is good. Yeah, animation creator. Yeah, these are like very simple projects. Just hash them out in like 3 days and then build something nice and unique. Oh, this was this. Yeah, it was pretty simple. Basically, yeah, you get the hang now, right? You can build a merge stack project, build three of these, and then Canvas wale may maybe write some code yourself, learn things yourself. And then there are like a lot of other projects you can explore that you should build yourself that are unique projects of sorts. All right, I think I did this one. I already started an active community. That's fine. Cool. Publicly shareable project. What is this, like a landing page? Okay, that's pretty simple. Nothing crazy here. Yeah, let's look at the portfolio. You look a lot like another guy called Javed. Like T.H. Javed, you look like. All right. Yeah, they're all pretty simple, bhai. Nothing crazy here. Don't take me to a Google form. Thankfully, you don't. Order repair. Yeah, like pretty simple. Nothing crazy here. Yeah. I'm trying to start up. Man, they said they'll give full time graduation. I think the answer to how you can get another project or another whatever job is the same for everyone, which would be one, thankfully, you have an internship, so you can you get some experience in your resume. But more than that, hopefully, you're learning something on the job, which is something a lot of you, as you saw, a lot of people did not have. They were just copying code projects, right? So the one thing that you can do, hopefully, or are doing already, is that you're learning something new in your internship, and that experience is becomes very obvious in an interview, compared to someone who's not working on a day-to-day basis in a company with tasks assigned to them, so on and so forth. That's a good thing. What else you can do? I mean, if you hopefully you get time after class or whatever, and then you should definitely build projects. Like you saw the ones that were impressive today. The tech stacks, they were impressive. And Golang was a great one. Rust was a great one. Ones that I was spending a time on. So I would just do that. I would just try to build those projects. Cool. It's like Postman clone or what? Or it's something else. Like remind yourself something in the future, like 10 years later. Good project idea. That's a great project idea. Don't you think anyone can clear if they prepared watching? Uh, so at least that was what happened for a few people. They were given like an incomplete vault project and they were asked to complete it. And if they were able to do it, they got it. That doesn't necessarily mean the same thing will be asked in your interview. But that did happen for them. A guide, I mean, project again, totally possible. I might have skipped it. I could. I have like I've done 8 sessions now, 2 hours each, 16 hours of content. It's just me struggling through learning math. Abhi tak we yes, day before yesterday or yesterday, no, Friday. Friday is when we actually started some deep learning. They'll be all over the place. What I can do is I can share slides maybe, if that works. Some of these are custom slides, some of these are CS2 to 9. And then CS2 to 9 has videos, which honestly I'll go through as well. He's very fast slash smart slash not a good teacher कह लो. He's a decent teacher, but like सब थोड़ा ऊपर से जाता है मेरा कभी कभी. I also follow CS2 to 9 only. So maybe one thing you can do is parallelly while I am learning, you can also like start learning from there. Um, and then hopefully, when we start to build projects is when I can share videos and everything with you guys as well. That's something we can do. Maybe basically in 2 weeks, when we start to code is when I can either start to summarize the classes that I'm taking, or I can just share the classes directly with you guys. All right. My name I'm not going through. It's very simple. AI sales assistant would be nice. Although remove like sign-ins from your websites, please. AI college tool used Vercel quiz along my. Okay, that's a good project. This is a good project. View a live leaderboard. That is great. You have committed your dist, which is bad. You have created an AI project, but it's like a simple GPT wrapper, but has a real-time database, but you have committed your dist. Now moving the next direction. Let's see if your real-time database is a your score. How do I get the leaderboard? Source. How do I get the leaderboard? Is it like an in-memory leaderboard that you have? All right. Let's see if we go up or down from here. And we go down. So the thing is, you can't, like, this is like slightly an optimal way to create a leaderboard, specifically real-time leaderboards. Do you know this? Do you know real-time leaderboards is like a full uh, system design question? Try going through this. It's like an interesting read of how can you build a real-time leaderboard if you haven't already. But in your case, what you are doing is not enough or not good. If you have like 1,000 or 2,000 people and everyone spamming the leaderboard, your database will go crazy. Good. All right. Again, a roller coaster of a profile. Uh, Open portfolio. Okay. Yes, looks really bad. This looks really bad. This and the UI is like crazy. You have this decoration thing that you shouldn't have. Why is this not centrally aligned? What am I missing? Something, is my screen wrong? Why is this these on the left? Why are these on the left? It's like too bad, bhai. Matlab, if you want honest opinion, I think it's great. All right. I don't know why. So yeah, basically roller coaster, decent project, but again, has missed some very basic system designs, first principle things. All right, I will look at Q&A for a bit, and then maybe do another round, and we'll call it. Uh, hey, anyone notice CS? Where's Kirat learning AI? My junior from college. Worked here at front end, bridge contract added. People are now spamming Notion Dog here, which seems like it's a good decision. 1, 2, 3. No more questions, only Notion Docs. There are no prerequisites. The cohort is like fairly slow, I think. Uh, Pankaj, then we'll do the interview. Just be prepared, bhai. I'll just spend your full interview. We'll do a 1 hour interview. I'll record it for YouTube as well. And I think we'll just both go through the send SPL token through signature signing that you've done together. All right. Okay. Open and last one. All right. I've opened a bunch of them. I think this will be the last lot. Happy to do it again. I think it's pretty easy in 2 ways. There are 2 benefits of doing project reviews during live. One, it's no one wants to come back to this. It's like a very personal session, right? So you don't need to record it. And generally, recordings are a really bad resource to learn. So I can keep recorded, the academic things recorded, and we can do these sessions. And 2, it's just easy because I just have to sit back and relax and go through videos. Sorry, whatever, resumes or portfolios. All right, that is good. Okay, let's just look at your dream project. Okay, is it like a simple CRUD? Does it have something else? Again, I just open your schema. I don't see your super base. Yeah, I have no idea how do I find the schema in Superbase, or do you not define it because it's schema less? I don't know. Uh, uh, it's a pretty simple CRUD app. It's good. Like the cause seems great. I don't know if it's super impressive for a developer to look at and whatever during an interview. All right. 2D metaverse, second brain. भाई ये वही है. These are both clones, right? They're not super impressive, at least to me. They might be to someone else or not. But right now, if I open it, it's just that you followed the video and maybe changed some few things on top. For example, here you have added edit YouTube, great. Here you've done whatever. This is good actually. All right. Crazy. You've added a load test, which does nothing. Okay. You guys give me roller coasters throughout, dude. Bhai. This is like clone projects, but you've added proximity search. You've added tests, but then there is no test, like empty. The load test is empty. Okay. You have added tests at least, which, what is Coliseus? Oh, it's like a testing framework. Oh, I'm hearing it for the first time. Okie dokie. What is this? My synchronized property, hello world. Okay, you get back a hello world. That's what client 1 gets back. Not state.json. Is this like a WebSocket testing library or something like that? I would assume. Either way, you said proximity. Video is, that's what I'm interested in anyways. So let's see. ये क्या है भाई? This was a testing framework, but oh, never mind. It's something else. It's like WebSocket as a service. Okay. Where is proximity video? That is what we need anyways. On join or leave. Am I missing something, or is there even video here? could have sworn you said they had proximity based video calling. ये कहाँ है भाई? I don't see any dependency that adds video. Am I missing something here, bhai? Let's see. Join public room, ASD, join. There is a start webcam. Okay, there is a webcam. Why am I not able to see it here? Okay, is it like P2P? Probably it's P2P then. Client, source, game, service. Oh, there you go, video calling. You use peers, yes. Okay, makes sense. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Would have been nice to see some. I'm just like fine. But you said proximity video, so let's do that. Come close to me, baby. दूर क्यों चले गए हो? Video on करो, please. Memories. There you go. Okay, that works. I think yeah, that's pretty good. Proximity video works. Nice. So let's go back to GitHub and see how you've implemented it. I'm pretty sure it's not secure the way I, but it's still pretty good. Bhai. This is good. This is like good effort on top of the original video. Even though this is peers, yes. All right. अच्छा तुम ही थे क्या जो वीडियो में आए थे अभी? All right. अब देखते हैं और क्या है यहाँ पे. तो कोड कोहोर्ट some assignment. This was good, भाई. मतलब mildly impressive. I don't see any of the projects. Yeah, I would put some random खुद original project would be nice. I think for some other recruiter, this is great. For me, it's a little okay, copy kiya, but for someone else, I think this is like a pretty solid, whatever, 3-project portfolio. At least this one is over and above what was expected. Cool. ठीक है. Moving on. Back in. Okay. Do you have a question? This seems like you're flexing your wealth, bhai, which is good for you. I think internship 40 is pretty good. That's what the first internship that I got. Also, React Native is also a good skill to learn generally. But there wasn't a question here, so I'm closing it. This would be impressive if this works. अरे पूरा छाप दिया लैंडिंग पेज. सबने एकदम कॉपी कर दिया एक ही चीज. Okay, I am hopeful. I am hopeful. Please tell me it's open source as well. Brother, very good. Very good. Very good. I like it. Very good. Reserve the star. Continue. Very good. I think this would have been a good project to end the video. I don't think it's your fault. It's Google's fault, or your redirect endpoint isn't working. I will still wait. Still very hopeful. Meanwhile, we look at your code base. You have Signal. What is Signal? It's a signaling server, which is great. You have everything looks sort of perfect. I'm sure your WebRTC works. Now I'm interested in your, whatever S3 pushing. How are you pushing the video to S3? Okay, go back here. Do you have any video package here? Nope, nothing. Go back here. Apps, API, front end signal. Okay, API source server.ts. Okay, probably the meetings router, I would assume. I think it would be a front end thing though. Let's see. Routes, meeting, generate token meeting. That's the only endpoint. Okay. Where is this function? Right here. What does it do? Okay. What is this token? Oh, okay. भाई आपका redirect endpoint नहीं चल रहा mostly from what I can tell, or Google is down, which is less probable but still possible. I think, oh, never mind, it's working now. Warming up the engines, guys. Vroom vroom. Still warming up, guys. थोड़ी सर्दी ज़्यादा है. I think I've seen this one. I think I could be wrong. Someone made this. I tried it. थोड़ा जिकी जागी सा था. How are you doing S3 uploads? Like